Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys, gals, aliens, and degenerate crypto enthusiasts how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. So we're going to be talking about the great tokenization wave that is happening with TradFi right now. So this is something to pay attention to while there's all the FUD of us going into, another crazy bear market, Bitcoin going to 50K, quantum computing eventually hacking Bitcoin and revealing everyone's public keys and crashing Bitcoin to zero. And then, we all go to a universal basic income central bank digital currency, and we all get controlled by aliens and AI, and it's all doom and gloom, right? No. I don't know if that's really going to happen. I don't really know the future, but I'd rather not be sitting on the sidelines and just, or thinking that I'm going to get a big sack of gold and think that's also going to protect me as well. So I don't know. So really, I don't have all the answers, and I don't think anyone else does, but truly what we can do is play the game, know that a lot of this stuff is rigged, know that the whole system is a Ponzi scheme built on debt and built on fiat cash. And there are some things that are more scarce in this world. So we have to think about scarcity, supply, and demand, and what is going to be more in demand in the future. We need to buy that shit. So welcome back to the channel. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified whenever I go live, because when we go live, you need to catch it. It's fun. You can hang out with us. We don't do a lot of trade porn on this channel. We try to bring you the news. We're going to bring you the charts. We're going to bring you the thesis. We're going to keep you in the game. So get your coffee, get everything ready, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to talk about the great tokenization wave. So the institutional adoption is accelerating very much so. So it's really, honestly, I think this week has definitely marked a pivotal moment in the convergence of traditional and TradFi going into blockchain. So a big example is JP Morgan Chase launching its own tokenized money market fund called MONY for money on Ethereum. No less, seeded with $100 million. So they're just testing this stuff out. They're playing ball. They are, signaling, I think, to retail that it's a matter of time before they start seeing all of the blockchain technology and applications being implemented in their own apps, to where you can have your your assets being custodianed by JP Morgan. They want to make money. That's so. Also, Visa is rolling out USDC settlements on Solana for US banks. That's huge for Solana. So Solana and Ethereum are becoming the top chains to tokenize and mint stablecoins and be used for the switch over from TradFi and get these banks connected. And then you got to go down what has been doing that for a long time has been Chainlink. So if you're a Link Marine, you're thinking, well, Chainlink's been doing this forever. They have Chainlink's got the CCIP, thing that helps link banks into having, cross, just being able to connect to the blockchain easy with their APIs. And so then we have MetaMask is adding and has added native Bitcoin support. So we're finally, MetaMask has Solana and Bitcoin in your own wallet. So if you already have a wallet set up, so if you, on MetaMask, you can you automatically have a Bitcoin address that has been created inside of your MetaMask, and the same with Solana. So now you can fully integrate these networks with MetaMask. It's great. And there is a lot of ongoing DeFi governance dramas with Aave and SushiSwap underscoring evolving DAO dynamics. So a DAO, if you don't know what it is, it's a decentralized autonomous organization that is basically you vote, and you vote by the amount of tokens also that you have in your stake in the network. That's also determines what how things are operated in terms of the tokenomics, like how much is maybe supply will be burned, or just the operations inside of the ecosystem. So there's some kind of drama going on. But we have to look at what's actually happening here with the real world asset tokenization. And so the stable coins is the big talk. And what we have, the Clarity Act and the Genius Act is laying the framework for in the United States to get all of the basically what's happening right now ready to be compliant. Everything's got to go through the blue, the formalities and the blue red tape, whatever, all that stuff. And so it's got its pros and cons with that. But I think ultimately, if we have our money in the right places, it's just like how Amazon was the clear winner and took over. Apple was the clear winner in a lot of cases in the market sectors and took over. Tesla was the market winner for electric cars and was a hedge in investing in Tesla just for the fact of robotics and AI alone, if you were forward thinking. And also, like, to bring back Amazon, if you were forward thinking with Amazon, this is how we have to trade right now. So right now we're going to get hit with all the FUD. We're going to get hit with the quantum computing thing. We're going to get hit with, crypto is the surveillance, end game for the CIA, and it's the NSA. My quote in real life quant, my gold and silver quant, basically sent me this message and sent me an email basically saying, look, the NSA, or at least this guy, thinks that the NSA created Bitcoin. Let me see if I can. Here it is. So, so he said, I've tried to tell you, crypto is a trap and is leading to slavery. According to Martin Armstrong, he said Bitcoin was created by the NSA. No Japanese fictional character named Satoshi Nakamoto. And then he breaks it down and says Satoshi means wise, clever, or quick learner. Naka means middle, inside, or central, and Moto means origin, base, or book. The name means wise central book, which is precisely what the government wants. 100% taxation. So I don't know. I sometimes I know that Bitcoin has all of these, these theories tied to it. Like, okay, is it actually hard, good, sound money, or is it just a means of control that ultimately gets ultimate surveillance and you can, basically the quote, quantum computing, all the ways that you can get the public keys, like that'll be hacked. The government will come in and quote, take your keys. I don't know. I really don't know, but I think about it. When I think about this, I think about gold. I think about when people say, hey, this guy watched a video early this morning and a guy said, he was holding all his gold and he was like, look, I can touch this. He was like, send me a video of you holding your Bitcoin or touching your Bitcoin. And he said, the government's just going to come and take your, and tell them to give you your passwords, which are your seed phrases. And I was like, well, if you remember history, the government actually did that with gold. The government did that with gold. They confiscated a lot of gold and they were like, you're going to give up your gold. So it's not like at any point, it doesn't matter. At a point where the government's going to come and take your stuff, they're going to take it. They're either going to take it, they're going to threaten you. So whatever you have in terms of your stuff, you think you're going to be more safe with having vaults of gold and silver, or real estate? No, they can take your real estate, they can take your gold, silver, they can take whatever the hell they want. So it's like, at what point are you going to just play the game and hold the things that you can probably get away faster with? Probably going to be digital assets, right? Because it's literally in the air, it's on the blockchain, it's quote internet money, right? But I'd go as far as I'd go with the digital assets for the future, because as much as what you could say, okay, gold and silver, okay, yeah, it'll be the means of exchange forever. I don't know. We're just going to have to play the damn game. But yeah, good morning, everyone. AI Griff is here. Your hat is going to be arriving very soon, sir. AI said, good morning. Never felt more free than when I got into crypto. Yeah. Said nothing, not saying it's a good thing, but there are ways to wash your crypto with NFTs. Don't tell them the IRS is in the chat right now. No, but there's all, but the thing that we have to remember is that people are always trying to, they're always trying to off ramp back into the old fiat system and into cash. But in the world that we live in right now, there's ways that we can just like use the crypto. We can put it on a debit card. We can put it on all these different services that then literally, like even crypto.com, you can if you have Pepe, you can literally send Pepe to your crypto.com wallet and then top up your debit card with Pepe. There's like 25 cryptos that you can use to top up your debit card, which means that you don't have to quote sell it. You just spend it. So it's like, that's why this is a trick. It's like, it's a crypto token asset, but it's also called cryptocurrency, but then it's not income, but then it's also technically not a security. It's like, this is great. Just freaking use it. And so you don't have to always be like, oh, if I you know, it's just like, that's why they never sell your Bitcoin. You can just use it. So that's what we're trying to figure out here, my friends. So what are we, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? I hope everyone's doing good. Eric Espacino, oh my gosh. We're gonna try and not drink too much coffee today. We had our mega power latte this morning, but then oh, I know, yeah, AI. That's what I was talking about just the other day. I was just talking about this. I said, look, guys, because AI Griff actually works for Walmart. He's been working for Walmart for a while, right? So you've been kind of seeing the transition. I talked about this. I said Walmart, without anyone really realizing it, has always had, because they don't do tap to pay. Walmarts don't do tap to pay. You have to have your card put in, or you can scan the QR code, which is to pay with the One app. The One app has crypto functionality now with Bitcoin and ETH and stable coins. So now you can literally buy anything at Walmart with crypto. And so, and like I said, you can have a portion of your check in ETH or BTC in the app, and it's Walmart's official associate bank app. That's insane. So now you can get paid. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Yeah, AI, you got to send me that. Please send me the inside scoop. I'll make a video on this because this is what people need to know about. I'm sorry, but excuse my language, but I'm fucking tired of all these trading channels that getting all the views. I'm giving you the real damn alpha right here. This is what we need to be paying attention to. Cool, go watch some trade porn, but I'm going to give you the stuff that people are going to be talking about for centuries. How we literally were the first front runners in this new digital money system. And we're creating companies, and we're going to be creating all kinds of stuff around this. But I'm not going to be killing my dopamine all fucking day. I'm not going to do it. So let's go. Let's go. Let's get pumped. Walmart's paying people in crypto. You can go Steak and Shake and get your check in Bitcoin. Get out of my face with your bearishness. Please. Oh my God, AI. That would be so amazing. Please, yeah, send me a video and we will make a banger video for retail to come in hot. Let's go. Dare to dream, my friends. Dare to dream. All right, so let's this got me pumped right here. This got me pumped. This is how we all need to be. This dude is 101 years old, and he's up on this stage, and he's like, I'll put the uniform on again. He's like, let's go. This is going to get you pumped. Let's get, come on. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. People are like, I got too much energy. Let's do this.
In this goddamn world, who cares more for this nation than this guy that you're looking at. And I think Trump is not only the president of the United States, he is the president of the world. And I think he does a fantastic job in negotiations. I'm 101 going on 102. God damn it! Put a uniform on me! I'll go tomorrow!
I'll go tomorrow! Let's go!
Nobody.
I'll put the uniform on! I'll go tomorrow! Let's go! That's it. Like that's how everyone needs to be right now in crypto, but you're all freaking pansies and you're pissing me off. Tired of it. Get me on the stage. Get me on these crypto conferences. I'll be like, all of you are bearish. But you're quantum computing. The only thing you guys need to worry about is quantum computing, hacking your sex robot, and snapping your wiener off. That's what you need to be worried about. Man, I've had too much coffee this morning. But let's keep going, baby. That's what we're going to keep going. Oh, let's go. All right. Man, we're having way too much fun. We're having way too much fun. All right, let's listen to Tom Lee.
Hi there, this is Tom Lee. I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Fundstrat Capital and the lead portfolio manager for Fundstrat's family of Granny Shots ETFs. This is the update for the week of December 15th. Keep in mind there are now 3 Granny Shot ETFs to choose from. The flagship is GRNY. It was launched a year ago.
All right, we don't want to know about those.
5% November.
We want to know.
FS Insight
there we go.
Launched our 2026 outlook. And the idea and the key theme in our mind is that there's still a wall of skepticism and there's a new Fed. That's really what we'd keep in mind. In 2025, we talked about how there'd be 2 puts that make a right, and so stocks could still gain solidly in 2025. And that's what's tracking.
And so Tom Lee with the S&P 500, his call is that we would end the year at 7,000. Year end around 7,000, mid-year, or get close to 7,000. So let's look at where we're at right now. Let's look at where we're at right now. We're going to look at the S&P, and we got very close. I mean, we about hit it. I mean, we basically hit 7K. That was the target, and we were looking at it, and it looked like that we were going to get that really nice. We got that V-shape recover. Boom, we got the V-shape, and we've had already a consolidation off that all-time high right here. And so that consolidation, we went down, let's see, 6%, but then we went back up another 6%. And now we're just kind of cooling off and looking like we're about to this is actually what our price prediction was too. We said, look, we'll hit there. We might hit 7K. We'll consolidate back down, and then we will bounce from maybe the lows, 6,500, or we'll bounce from 6,700, which looks like this is a pretty nice setup here of where we would bounce. You can kind of see this is like where we're already trading off of some Fibonacci levels. I would be watching for 6,600. Like that could be like the nice bounce level, which matches up with the order block here of liquidity. So we could see that bounce, and then I think it just is going to be off to the races. Because look, if you look at the history of the S&P 500, this is what it's done. It's just, it's not going to crash. It's not going to go back down into 35. It's not going to do that, I don't think it's going to do that. And every time you say, if you say it's never going to do something, then you better watch out. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, just looking at the trajectory of the S&P, we'll just have to see, you know? If anything, here we go. We got lows 4,800 here. But look, I think if anything, we could be crushing into a 10K S&P 500. Dollar keeps going down. Dollar strength goes down. Commodities, gold, silver, metals just crush it through the freaking roof. The dollar goes down in here, and this will be represented in the price action of Bitcoin as well, based on what we have pointed out in the past on the futures chart. CME futures chart here represented a very pivotal moment in the liquidity and the watching of Bitcoin. Okay, so like this is why I am so bullish. People don't watch this. Look, so in this arrow right here, look, we're gonna give you a quick TA here. We're on the Bitcoin altcoin analysis now. So look, this arrow right here signified the start of the dollar strength going up and us going into the bear market in the bear market lows of $15,000 of Bitcoin. When you look at the chart of the dollar strength, which we can add on top of this, you can do the DXY new price scale. Look at where the dollar was. It was right up here. So that is your easiest tell of a split correlation of Bitcoin and the dollar strength right here. Okay, there it is. That's all you need to know. And that's one. Okay, that's one. Now I'm going to give you another. It is the Bitcoin ETH ratio chart. It's the ETH BTC chart. The ETH BTC chart is very, very telling. Also in this area. But but we don't need the dollar on here. We just need to look at where we were before on a weekly, where we've gone, and where we could potentially head. Not guaranteed, but I'd much rather bet, because we've only had two types of altcoin seasons. We've had 17 and 18, 2017 and 18, and we had 2021. I would fair to say that we actually had from 2021 in April going all the way into 2023, we had an altcoin season, because we had the start of all of the different narratives of crypto gaming, metaverse, gamified DeFi protocols. We had different, we had like Binance season in here. We had, oh my gosh, there were so many things. NFT season was in here. The rebirth of memes was inside of here. There was a lot going on, but you see how the ratio was up in between this of 0.05 and 0.08. We're not there back in there yet. So this is why I think it's still game on for an altcoin season and bull run, but we've just getting kind of slapped. You know, obviously, like people are very, you know, they're not happy with quote the bull run they were promised or expected in a 4-year cycle type of thing. So now that 4-year cycle is dead. That is not a thing anymore, really, in the sense of how we used to calculate it. I think it's going to be a little bit different. But if we really actually see how this ratio is playing out, let's hide all the stuff here and look at what's happening. The same consolidation and support is being created right now on this chart. You can see it. Look at this chart. This is showing me that at any point now, we are going to see the classic rotation. We are in phase one. We're in where people have disbelief. They don't think that anything is going to rally again. We're in a bear market, blah, 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 quantum computing, whatever. Money's going to then flow back into Bitcoin through the ETFs. We have everything set up for it to do so. Then money flows into ETH. ETH gets the speculative like pumpage going with mid caps, high caps, mid caps. Then money starts flowing into the lower caps. high speculation comes in. We realize that with Ethereum pumping, fundamental meme coins and communities and all that starts to pump. Then you can tie in Sol and any other loud communities. That's when stuff is just, regardless of fundamentals, things just seem like they're just going parabolic. Okay? We're going to hit that phase again. It's just I think it's just a matter of time. But I hope you guys are having fun today. Thank you for tuning in. We got a little bit more news to break down for you. And yeah, so the RWA will rocket ETH. We'll continue going down our we kind of went off a big tangent, but who cares? Here's the deal. US Treasuries tokenized value 8.5 billion. Private credit, okay, so like private credit equity, like 17 billion. Geez, okay. Institutional alt funds 2.2 billion. Commodities 2.1. Tokenized commodities like gold and stuff. Oh my gosh, and then other tokenized value. I mean, it's just like crazy. So yeah, the RWA sector is dominated by yield-bearing assets, tokenized US Treasuries, private credit, while institutional alternative funds have surged over 11x year to date. So, and this is what we were talking about earlier when we started the live stream, is that the banks are coming in hard for getting a piece of the pie with all of the network effects that are going to be happening here. They know that the network effects are coming. You know, they know that people that invested in the Amazon network effect, let's just be honest, it's basically that's what happened with Amazon and Apple was a dominant product and also network effect of because think about when I say network or ecosystem, think about how the App Store, you know, basically kind of took over. And then you think about the music aspect of Apple. Oh my gosh. And it's just, there's so many different sectors. And then devices, getting people really bullish on the devices. And yeah, so they're realizing that this is going to be, quote, the network effect that's going to be coming in. And it's such an undervalued ecosystem in terms of how other things are valued in the world, you know, in terms of what is valued, like gold. We always use gold as an example. We could probably get a little bit more value up in this piece. So yeah, the JP Morgan Money Fund was set up, and this is also where I think the key is. SEC greenlights the DTCC pilot for tokenizing securities. So tokenizing stocks, bonds, treasuries on approved blockchains, enhancing settlement speed and efficiency. So what blockchains are they going to use? Sol, ETH, things like that. And the FDIC proposes rules for bank-issued stable coins, paving the way for TradFi entry. And then so we have Visa enables USDC settlements on Solana for US institutions. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah. So then we talked about MetaMask now supports Bitcoin natively. So you can buy, send, receive Bitcoin in the wallet. And so, yeah, I mean, so yeah, 2025 is going to see, or, you know, has seen, I think, the biggest growth of RWA stuff and tokenization of the stable coins, which is, I think, going to really bring value on chain. People are sometimes thinking that doesn't matter and that's not going to bring value onto the chain, or it's not going to pump the token. But as long as the tokenomics, I guess, are sound, and I don't see how it wouldn't. But then you could go as far as say, okay, well, we've had all these stable coins minted on Ethereum, but the Ethereum price action kind of sucks. But then I would just show you the ETH Bitcoin chart. And I'd say, well, that's why. Once it's back up here, that's going to be a different story. We'll have a different story happening once we're up in the fibs, you know, up in the fibs again. Okay. Let's see. In my opinion, the two characters to pay attention to the most in this cycle is Morad and Michael Saylor. Morad and Michael Saylor, because if Morad is right and Michael Saylor ends up being right, they will go down as the most legendary characters in financial history. With Morad giving his thesis, with meme coins in general, and just the the SPX 6900 movement, flipping the stock market, being the representation of how like the new generation, feels so lost and they don't know exactly how they're going to even be able to escape the grips of the inevitability of AI, people losing their jobs, all that stuff. This is the exemplification of this. And so then Saylor on the TradFi side is like, he was the company that was the example of like, look, my company was about to get eaten up and get destroyed. And what did I do? I found something like Bitcoin, and then he doubled down on it and now is like the equivalent of the meme coin shiller for Bitcoin, and getting and teaching people about how they can use Bitcoin to leverage their survival in an ever-growing economy of debasement currencies. So they're going to be very interesting characters to watch in the next few years to see if they end up being right. Because there's a lot of people betting that Michael Saylor will be wrong. There's also people that are betting that he'll be right. And it's the same on the other side with Morad and the meme coins. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's all we got for today. I think that's all we have for today. I don't think there's anything else we need to really discuss. I think that's pretty much it. I guess Trump is going to make a major announcement. Or he said Trump warns Americans to be prepared for something they've never seen. Okay, well, I got to see what they're talking about.
The best place in the world to do business. The White House has pushed through tax cuts, deregulation, and secured trillions of dollars of investments in the United States. The president says his tariff agenda will spark a manufacturing boom.
I say it's the golden age of America. When these factories and plants open up by the thousands, they're coming from Germany, they're coming from Japan, they're coming from Canada. Many factories are coming in because they don't want to pay tariffs. We have an age that's coming up, the likes of which I don't think this country has never seen.
Okay, so we were talking about in the last hour some of the things that we're expecting next year: growth, the big beautiful law, AI to continue to prosper and hold the market up. So it seems like the runway has been set for a pretty good year. The tariff issue has been a sticky one. The inflation never materialized. That the Democrats and somebody like Jerome Powell were saying the inflation's coming, not quite to the extent that they were hoping that it would come. In fact, some are saying that they expect to see inflation go down, and Powell's biggest problem right now is the labor market. But
yeah, so it's coming in, like a lot of people are getting laid off or losing their jobs, and it's just like certain sectors are just kind of getting pretty weak in that sense. So is it going to get worse? Is it going to get better? Yeah, we're just going to have to see how that plays out. Make sure you guys are checking out the website. Go here, post that, and yeah, I guess we'll end it here. Really, nothing else to talk about. So, hope you guys have a good rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you on the next live stream. Peace.